Hello everyone. I guess we are live right now. Good morning. Okay, let's just start by marking some levels on our charts, such as previous day low. It's quite far away. I don't think today price is taking the previous day low. I think price is leaving this previous day low to some other days. I believe it is not for today. Maybe it if it is going to take the previous day low on this week, I'm talking about this low. It's not today. I believe it might not even tomorrow. It would be likely on Thursday. But let's focus on present moment. So keep drawing our levels. This is previous day high, right at the middle of this previous week's weekend gap, that weekly opening gap over here. This is the closing price of February 27, and this is the opening price of March 2. Between those, we have our gap, and price is right in the middle of that gap. Yes, yes, already tapping into that gap. Oh no, these are not the same gap. This is the previous week of Nasdaq, and this is the week prior to that. Okay, I understand now. It doesn't really matter. Let's just mark our levels. And this is the previous day closing price right over here. Daily chart is still consolidating. Price is still inside of a range. So Friday high was already taken. Previous day high was taken as well. And price is inside of the daily imbalance. So let's zoom into 15-minute chart, or let's look at the 4-hour first. All right. Yeah, when I look at the 4-hour chart, I see a nice consolidation area over here. And I also see this high as well. If this this 4-hour chart, this 4-hour candlestick gets closed like that, then we might see price keep going higher to take out this high over here, and this would be a possible place to see some kind of retracements or maybe even reversals. I don't know, but yeah, what I am trying to say here is looking for long setups above this high would be dangerous. So I will keep this like that. And let's make this one a red line. Hourly chart. Alright. And 50-minute chart is about to get closed as an interesting engulfing candle, I guess. Now I want to see the regular trade hours. We have got a gap higher, and then I will mark this first 5-minute candlestick to see the deviation levels. This is the low, high, and this is the 200 deviation, and this candlestick is a little big, not huge, but still. So I wanna see where this, alright, okay. So I'm focused on this particular high. We marked down on 4-hour chart. Let me go back to electronic trade hours. I'm talking about this one over here. And when I look at the hourly chart, price already swept this high over here and turned back lower, and now price is coming back to that high once again. So closure of the hourly candlestick is a little important here. If this candlestick closes really strong, price might keep pushing higher to take out this high. And it kind of seems like that would be the case, at least for now. And we have got a news over here, not a huge news, but still it's something. Just give me a second. Alright, we have got our news over here. Pending home sales at 10 a.m. Seems like price is coming toward this high over here, maybe even high of this level. So I'm going to take a small long position over here. Stop loss here. And target is this gap's high level, which is 52. It is a one-to-one setup. Maybe it could have been better if I entered at this closing price, but it's fine. I might add to this position at this level. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, something like that could have been better. I entered around these levels. It would be nice to see price coming back to this low over here. Today I didn't feel like trading based on just a pattern. I just wanted to trade what I see, and what I see here is price is leaving a nice consolidation area. I don't want to see price taking the low of this nice area over here, because price already left an imbalance and it seems like it is leaving another one. It's okay to see price tapping into this level and then turning back higher. If price does that, I will add to this position. There are multiple imbalances over here as well. Price just tapped into this one. And if you zoom in to lower time frames, every imbalance is actually an SBS setup on lower time frames. So when you look at this 1 minute time frame, it looks like price is just tapping into a 1 minute imbalance and bouncing from that level. But if you zoom into 15-second chart, for example, you see that this is a break and tap, higher high, sweep the tap, reverse back higher, and yeah, making one last retracement and then turning back higher. And over here, pretty much the same thing. Breakout, tap, higher high, sweeping it, turning back higher. But still, price still might want to visit this 100% level, the high of first 5-minute opening range, and it looks like this on 5-minute chart. I mean, it's possible to see something like that and then turn back higher, but let's see how it goes. I will add another one. Okay. Let me see this. Good morning. Good morning, fellas. Let me check the ES chart. Okay, ES came back to this consolidation area over here. Let me see Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq seems much stronger than ES, which is good. And I wanna check the hourly chart of ES as well. On ES, this is the consolidation area, which is our supply area. And yeah, this is a tap after price left some imbalances. And this is the tap after price closed below the range over here. Price closes below, consolidates a little, but still this is a tap, and after the breakout with imbalances, this is the next tap right now. Yes, kind of seems like it is willing to sweep this high over here. But let's see how this candlestick closes. And since price is really range bound and price likes to visit the extremes, I don't really care about the supply on demand areas right at the middle of the range. What I'm trying to say is, this is another area. This is a supply area, and if you look at carefully, this area has been already played out. Price left the area, close below it, a little tap, lower low, came back to take out the tap and keep going lower until the range extreme. After price bounces from this range extreme and price has already tapped the level multiple times, I believe that this area, this supply area, might have been already used or mitigated or exhausted. Hello, Mr. Everglow, welcome. So if this area is exhausted, then price might easily take out this high to visit the next area, which is on the more extreme side of this movement over here. So it is, even price is bearish, price might take out these levels and then turn back lower. And if it is bullish, it might still take these areas, turn back lower, visit this area over here, then turn back higher. So in all scenarios, this area kind of seems like it has already done the job. Price already mitigated it, and this area can finally be swept by the price. And since price is coming with nice momentum, that means price might be willing to take out this level today, not in some other days. If price closes above this level over here, I am going to move my stop loss to this low. But right now I'm going to leave my stop loss at where it is right now. Price already established this nice range over here, and price seems like it left a range with multiple imbalances, and price seems like receiving reaction from those imbalances from the second one and the weekly candle. It is nice to see that price is holding above this 20 SMA. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of candlestick closures below it and then price turning back higher. I wouldn't mind it. And it would be even nicer to see an imbalance, bullish imbalance forming over here, because that imbalance would immediately invalidate this bearish imbalance. And if price is not chopping around, I mean, if price is not consolidating too hard, then price might easily turn back higher. At least this is telling me that price did not tap into this bearish imbalance and make a new low. This is telling me that price is pushing further away from it. So right now, what I want to see is price is bouncing from this bullish imbalance and keep going higher. If I see that, I will move my stop loss to this level, and I might start taking partials at this level over here. My final target is this level, which is the high of that previous weekend gap, this high level over here, you see, and price would be taking out this important high as well and testing this level as well. So I believe this is a nice place to start taking profits. I don't really want to see price coming too deep right now. I want to see price taking out this high and then doing whatever it is doing. So I'm going to keep holding my position like that, and based on the confirmations I might add to my position and trail my stop loss. Right now I'm not willing to trail my stop loss on this level because, well, price might visit this level, and since I'm just trading the structure instead of a manipulation pattern like the SBS, I don't really want to use too tight stop losses. If I was trading the SBS setups, then I could have used tighter stop losses, but right now I really don't want to trail too tight. I wanted to give some breathing room, and my stop loss is about 60 point right now. I mean, it's not huge. It's a little big for my scalping style, but 50-minute chart still looks okay, I guess. It would be nice to see this candle closing above this high, forming this imbalance. Look at this candlestick's precession. I think this week is not going to be a easy week for me. It's not going to be very simple because the contract shift is coming closer. You can see these candlesticks are looking weird because the volume is shifting to the next contract, which is this NQM. Yeah, it seems like the volume is shifting to the next contract, but it hasn't completely shifted yet. Well, I guess I will just follow the new contract. We have a nice gap over here. It is a good target for today, I guess. Let me check how it looks on the H contract, the March contract. Yeah, 15-minute closure looks fine. It would be nice to see a bounce from this level. ES is already coming into this imbalance. It seems like Nasdaq might be doing that as well. It would be nice to see ES coming deeper into imbalance, but Nasdaq is just tapping it and then turning back higher. Tap and go from here would be nice, otherwise it would take my stop loss. Let's see how this 5-minute candlestick closes. And I want to go back to NQM chart. Yeah, I think I'm not going to follow this NQA chart anymore because these candlesticks are wickless. I thought price might take out these levels and keep going higher, but it seems like these candlesticks are just wickless because of the volume shift, because of the upcoming contract change. So I will close this one, and I will continue with the new contract. It would be nice to see price turning back higher at this point without taking out this level. So I added 2 more and one last. Yeah, this is my total maximum risk for today. I just want to take one single trade. I'm trying to learn this one and done kind of approach. I'm really tired of those death by 1,000 cuts kind of stuff. I don't know, I just want to take my trade and either get profits or get experience, get information. When I take multiple trades with really low risk, I don't really understand what I'm doing. I mean, if I take say 20 trades inside of this range on lower time frames and end up with some losses, I'm not really going to know what I have done wrong, right? All I will know is just I took too much trades and I lost. So I wouldn't be learning something if I am taking too many trades. I mean, when I make 20 mistakes over here, I don't know what to learn from that 20 mistake. Instead, I want to make one mistake and learn something from that mistake. So let's see how it goes at this point. I really want to be comfortable with the risk and with a little size, and I want to be comfortable with the idea of getting only one shot for a day. I mean, in the past I used to take too many trades. I mean, I was taking multiple trades, and most of the time my first trade would be a loser. It would be a stop. Even during the times when I made some nice money, even the times when I was just passing all of the evaluations and all, I was just, I don't know, I was losing in my first trades all the time. I mean, my first trade was always a bad trade. And then after that bad trade, I was telling myself, oh, price was actually doing this. Okay, let me do this and do that. And then I would get profits. My profits would always be more than my losers, so I could make money. But still, I think I was an over trader. And when I told myself maybe I should try one and done, I couldn't do that because, well, my first trade of the day most of the time would be a shitty trade. So I really want to change that. I want to be able to sit in front of the computer, watch the price for a while, click the best trade, and then tell myself, okay, I'm done. I came here, I saw the price, I took my trade, I took the best possible one and I'm done. It could be a loser, it could be a winner. I was focused on making money too much. I didn't even knew what was I doing. So if I don't really know what am I doing, then it would be really difficult to understand what do I right and what do I wrong. I mean, it's a really terrible feeling because it creates a lot of anxiety. I mean, I used to make money, but I don't know how. And when the things went bad, when I started to lose some, I still wouldn't know why and how. I mean, this really creates a heavy pressure and anxiety. I was telling myself, if only knew, if only I knew how I used to make money, what was I doing right? What was I doing correctly? If only I knew that, then everything would be awesome, but I didn't know. I didn't really know what was I doing right or what was I doing wrong. And I believe that's something really terrible. It's an awful feeling. So I really don't want to be like that anymore. I mean, this one was not a great trade as well. I thought there was some momentum and apparently there was not, and price took my stop loss. Oh, it didn't. It will. Yeah, it took my stop loss. That's okay. At this point, it seems like price is either reversing or making a deep retracement. So if I'm going to take any long setups, I'm not going to try to catch a falling knife. I'm just gonna sit and wait for a fractal reversal and fractal liquidity sweep, something like that. A little consolidation, turn back higher, tap, sweep the tap. Or maybe after price takes out this level, maybe, I don't know. Let me go back to 15-minute chart. Seems like price received some reaction from this 20 simple moving average and this daily imbalance over here before it could take out this level or this level. I think I'm not really very good at lower momentums like this one or like yesterday. I perform a lot better when price has some momentum behind it. And I think those momentums will come after we start trading this new contract and we go into the second quarter of the year. Yeah, I believe trading is going to be a lot easier for me after April. I believe price is going to be faster and price will reach out to liquidity levels even more. I mean, right now I don't really see much of a liquidity level. The real levels were around these levels. I mean, when price is fast and it really gets close to a high like this one, it just doesn't return without taking out this high. But when price is slow, it might look like it is just grabbing that, but then it does something like that. So at this point, I don't really know if it is reversing back lower from the previous day high and this gap over here. When the momentum is higher, price either reverses back lower right after sweeps the previous day high and comes into the imbalance, or if it just continues, it takes another high and then turns back lower. I believe this is still a nice target, and I don't think the higher time frame bearish structure would continue before price takes out this level. I believe this level is going to work as a magnet. The thing is, I thought that would be today because price was really close to it, but once again I was wrong. And in these recent days, when price is not really fast enough, it looks like it is just going toward the direction, but then it gets exhausted easily. So the same thing happened yesterday as well. Yesterday I told myself, maybe when price is slow like this, I shouldn't just join a continuation setup, because it is really slow, and slower things like that are actually weaker. Why? Because price can just turn back lower anytime. But when price is strong, for example, price consolidates and then expands higher with imbalances and then consolidates again, things like that, these are stronger trends, and these tends to keep going more. But yesterday wasn't like that, so I just took a continuation setup, saw just a little profits, and then price made a deep retracement. After that, price gave some nice long setups and a little short over here, and then finally another long over here from the move origin. And maybe even this one was a nice one. But what I'm trying to say is, yesterday I told myself, well, when price is looking slow like this, I should definitely wait for a big retracement, and I should look for my entry pattern after the big retracement. And now today I saw that price has some momentum behind it, and I told myself, okay, I can join into this momentum, but still it failed once again. So maybe it's not really about the intraday momentum itself. Maybe it's about the seasonality. Yeah, I guess it is about seasonality. If price has got a certain characteristic, certain behavior pattern, price just keeps printing that, keeps doing that. And this kind of continuation setups I like doesn't happen when the price is in a higher time frame consolidation range. I guess that's the issue here. I mean, if you look at the price action, past price data, price just does that. Price is looking like it is going higher, but then a deep retracement, going higher, but then reverse back lower or make another deep retracement, things like that. So it ended up making another deep retracement before taking out the levels I wanted to see. Maybe price might not even take out these levels today. Maybe price might leave them for tomorrow, or maybe it can't take it today, but after taking my stop loss. But what I'm trying to tell is, I think I should look at this as a seasonal stuff, and before I see the higher volatility of second quarter, and before I see some expansion on daily chart, I think I should always wait for a nice deep pullback before I try to get an entry. Yeah, I guess that's the issue here. I think my mistake is expecting perfection from price when the higher time frame is choppy, consolidating, and when the volume is low. I'm pretty sure right now volume is low because of that contract shift. I think it's a seasonal thing, and I think in this kind of days I should just wait for pullbacks, for deep retracements, and then enter. I thought it was about the pattern, but the pattern failed over here. Then I told myself, well, maybe it's not about pattern, it's about the context. And I didn't care about the pattern here and just traded by following the context of the higher time frame. But following the context is not enough by itself, because I need good timing as well. If my timing was bad, my long is going to get stopped out eventually. So I think what I had to do was just wait more patiently, wait for a deeper pullback, and don't really care about this seemingly expansion. I mean, it looks like there was a momentum, but it was not actually a real strong momentum. But yeah, I'm just learning and improving myself. I was never good at this kind of price actions anyway. Even when I made a lot of money, I would probably still lose some money inside of this kind of days, unless I was trading the 15-second chart. Then maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think about this kind of price action? Do you get trouble? Do you get some trouble when you are trying to trade these, or is it something that you are good at? Let's check some higher time frames. A 5-minute imbalance over here, but a weird one. ES took the 930 low. Nasdaq could not. Both these guys couldn't expand a little as far as this 200 over here. I think one of my biggest enemies in trading is just boredom, I guess. I just get bored when price is slow, when the momentum is low. For me, knowing when not to participate in the market is more important than knowing when to participate. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can agree with that, I guess. Alright, price is now sweeping a low here. We got a fractal liquidity sweep on 30-second chart. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. If it gives me a nice entry with buy stop. $10 until this candlestick closes. I didn't want to enter from the imbalance, this bearish imbalance, so I'm still watching the price. Normally that could have been a nice entry point, but I don't know, I'm not comfortable with taking entries on imbalances. So let's wait for the closure of the 1 minute candlestick as well. This was a nice closure. I can now open a long position. Stop loss would be here on this level. But this level looks even better. I think it would be nice to see this level staying protected. And I might add to this position if price just keeps expanding higher. I don't really want to see price messing around this 20 simple moving average too much. It would be ideal to see, better to see that this level is finally working as a nice support level, and I want to see this turning upwards like this. I mean, if you imagine an arrow in front of this, I want to see this starting to point up. It seems like that might be happening right now. Now I want to wait for the small 1 minute candlestick closure. I want to see closure above this level. No close, okay, price is still inside of this little range over here, so, and on 1 minute, this has become another fractal liquidity. Let me mark it as fractal liquidity. Let's see if price takes this low over here. I wouldn't mind if price just keeps turning back higher without sweeping this liquidity, because price is already started to consolidate above this 20 SMA over here on 1 minute chart, and on 30-second price already swept a fractal liquidity right this one, and price kind of seems like it is staying above the 30-second 20 SMA as well, the simple moving average. Normally what I really like to see is price just consolidating above this one, this 20 simple moving average over here, and the 20 SMA is finally turning back higher. Price is expanding higher and coming back to tap this moving average maybe, and then keep turning back higher, things like that. I would like to see something like that, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it behaves. I believe this is a nice level to target. 50, around 50. Oh, another stop loss might be coming. Price took the low. Also, price might be printing a double bottom on 5-minute chart. If this gets stopped out, I might enter another long, and that would probably be my last setup for today. But again, it might reverse back higher without taking my stop loss as well. That would be nice. If it doesn't take my stop loss, then I can add to this position. And yeah, looking at the moving average, it would be nice to see this closing as a wick like that, no closure below it, and then turning back higher would be something nice. Yeah, something very nice to see. This is the place where I want to add to my position. But not just one of them. Let's see how it goes. Price seems like it might be ignoring this bearish SBS over here, this step high. Price took it, then made another swing, and then another swing, and now it swept this low and then immediately turned back higher. It is a good sign, and it would be nice to see some continuation. This step on 20 SMA seems nice as well. I just want to see price closing above this consolidation area. If that happens, then we might see this highs getting taken one by one. Add another one and another. Add one last. Alright. This is my maximum risk for today. And I will be taking some partials if price keeps expanding higher. I started adding to this position because of the way this candlesticks was looking. I didn't wait for closure above this high over here. I just anticipated a breakout above this level. And this is my last trade for today anyway. I mean, after this, I don't want to see just price taking back this low once again. I mean, I would be okay to see price making a quick double bottom and then turning back higher. If price did something like that, I could still be looking for another long, the last setup for the day, but it didn't create that double bottom, and it just swept it and immediately turned back higher, left this little gap over here, and I believe it's really fine to see this gap is being left behind. Price already tested this imbalance, and it might leave this behind. And if you look at ES chart, it is weaker than Nasdaq, and it went a lot deeper than Nasdaq. Yeah, it is doing whatever it is doing. Closure is nice. I think price might have done with this retracement, and the order flow might have been shifted right now. If that's the case, then it is likely to see that price hitting the take profit. It would be nice to see if price can hold above this 20 SMA and use this as a support level. It might just tap into this midpoint of the weekend gap as well, but I would rather see it just tapping this and just starting to go its way wherever it is going. Yeah, I think this longing here was not a good idea. This was a bad trade, I guess. But this one was a good trade. This would be a nice, solid and firm stop loss. Even if it gets stopped out, I don't know. Long from here wouldn't be so terrible, but I would be done for today. I mean, I ideally don't want to see this low is getting taken. I didn't even want to see this particular candlestick over here. Price created a nice fractal liquidity sweep, but it just couldn't keep up. Since price just took out this high over here and just turned back lower, this might work as another liquidity level, but I already took my position from this level. I wasn't expecting this movement back lower after this closure. I mean, in my opinion, it doesn't look like a very clean structure right now. I mean, price already makes some deep retracement, turn back higher, right? After that, price made a higher low and higher high and swept a higher low, this low over here, and then made another higher high. So I really wanted to see this state as an established higher low and the beginning of a trend. But right now, price is either being extremely manipulative or just starting a chop. So I don't really like how it looks right now, and I would definitely be down for today after this setup gets stopped out, or maybe hits take profit. I don't know if it reaches some targets. I was expecting to see this high, and this high is getting swept, but price could only take this one. This high could have been a nice partial point to make the trade risk-free, but price couldn't take that. I think it's really difficult to trade this kind of lower volume markets. At least it's difficult for me because, I mean, if I look at this bearish idea, bearish setup idea, it's just making too many taps. And when I look at this bullish idea, I don't know. It can still turn back higher from here. It didn't take the stop loss. But still, even if it turns back higher, I would still consider this as not the greatest price action, I guess. I don't really like how it looks right now. And after this one, I am not going to take any risk today. I will instead enjoy my day knowing that much better and much stronger with higher volume price sections are coming. Price created this low, swept it. Right after that, came back to sweep this one. And didn't tap into this imbalance over here. I was gonna trail my stop loss light beneath this low, but then I didn't want to trail it here. I just wanted to leave it there on this imbalance. I thought maybe this could work as a breakaway gap or something like that. I don't know. And right now it doesn't look very great, but at this point I don't really care, right? Whatever happened has happened. And I would be exiting after price makes a new high of the day. If it does it. I don't know, maybe it doesn't do that. Maybe it does. I don't really know, and I don't really care anymore. Seeing big white candles and nice imbalances would be ideal at this point. One more imbalance could be very nice, and price really seems like it is definitely taking out this high over here. And just a little push. Hourly chart looks very interesting. My target for today is this level. Why? Because this is a daily opening gap from Wednesday, last week's Wednesday, and this was kind of a weird gap. This gap actually belongs to this Thursday. If you look at this at daily chart, it looks like this one. This is the Wednesday closing price, and this is the Thursday opening price, and price almost never visited this. area, this level over here. And if we zoom out, we cannot see it on. Okay, we can check the NQ1, the continuous contract. This is right, this level. Price couldn't tap into this level on Thursday. We see that this is an unmitigated daily opening gap. Yeah, I think price left this level as a liquidity level, and price might come back to take out this liquidity and tap into this inefficiency, and then I don't know, we might see some stuff. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, this could be a nice level for a potential reversal or potential deep retracement. I don't know, but my eyes obviously are still on these highs. But when I look at the weekly chart, I don't know if price wants to create a weekly candle like this one, or like this one, or like this one over here. I mean, without sweeping the high, turning into a wick. If it is going to do something like that, that would be a nice level to do that. I mean, this is a potential level to see the high of the week forming, but after price comes back all the way to these levels, I don't think it would be turning back lower without taking these levels. I don't know. I might be wrong, obviously. Nice two imbalances, but no follow-up. I also want to mention that I'm starting to feel like slow grind prices are not good for position building. I mean, I don't know, my entry stays on the bad levels because price is not really expanding too much. Price is just going back and forth. This kind of entry style is really nice when price just starts expanding. I mean, when the volatility and volume is higher, price doesn't just sweep this once again. Price already took the liquidity, turned back higher. Then price decided to do it once again. So yeah, when the momentum is higher, building positions like that yields very nice results. Right now it would be really nice to see price just taking out this high. If price can take out this high, then this low would be a potential protected low, and this would be the new tap low for the price. And it is nice to see that just price is bouncing away from this, imbalance. This one over here. And this low was nice as well. And this imbalance held pretty nice. We were mentioning all of them. A higher high would be nice. It would be even nicer if I see that price is not just coming back at this low and just starts the expansion. It will be really nice to see that. Okay, let me see where this is on 1 minute. All right. If I just took something like that, that would be a stop loss after 1-to-1. But that would be a profitable trade, I guess. No, not really. Even this one couldn't hit 1-to-2 properly. Alright, price is filling the imbalance, already filled it, and nah, it will be nice to see price turning back higher at this point. And I wanna look the new contract of ES as well. Yeah, ES doesn't look very clean. Nasdaq looks much better than ES. Right now ES seems like it is creating an SBS setup. And Nasdaq couldn't make this higher high. I don't really enjoy this price section at all. What do you guys think about today's price section? It was kind of similar to yesterday, I guess. Yesterday we had this slow grind push higher and then retracement back lower. Doesn't look like a very clean expansion, but still it's an expansion higher. It was very slow and ugly, but still. And this would be the fractal liquidity sweep. This one didn't went too much, and when you zoom out, price made yet another fractal liquidity sweep, but this was not a 1 minute chart sweep. This was a fractal liquidity sweep on 5 minute time frame. Let me show it on the 5 minute. Retrace expansion, retracement, and though on 5 minutes it looks something like that. I think that would be the expansion because yeah, it looks better on 5 minutes. This would be the sweep. It's weird. I thought price didn't took this low over here. Just give me a second. I think micro didn't take that low then. Just give me a second, because when I checked it yesterday, yeah, it looks really interesting, right? I mean, on micro chart, price made yet another sweep over here, but didn't take out this low. It's very interesting. Then price turned back higher. And eventually took out this high over here. And today we see something similar. But yesterday there was a nice bearish supply area as well, with a nice tap high and some imbalances. So we talked about this yesterday, the potential reaction from this level, and price might potentially turning back lower to take out this low maybe even more. And right now I do not see that same bearish picture over here. There isn't many imbalances. I mean, at least untapped imbalances. All of the imbalances was repriced. This one over here and this one at this level at least. So these all has been repriced, and they are actually below the price. So, but yesterday we had these 3 imbalances, and all of 3 was fresh imbalances, untapped, all of them, and a tap high. I don't know, yesterday's bearish picture was much stronger. So yesterday I didn't expect this high to be taken immediately. I mean, price was slow, and when price is slow, price tends to receive reactions from nice supply and demand areas. And over here, this would be the demand area, and this is the tap low of the demand area. And if you zoom in, this was the tap low of the demand area. We saw this long setup play out on paper trade, and I believe Mr. Everglow take a long position right at this point as well. And then price came back to this level and turned back lower to sweep this, because when you zoom out this time, this would be still the demand area, and this would be the tap of the demand area. And over here, supply area, tap of the supply area. It was very clean. Price went back and forth between them and eventually swept the highs. And today, this could be a demand area, I guess. And I don't know, this could be a supply area, but it is not the cleanest one, and I think price already tested this, received a reaction from this level over here, and I mean, price already repriced it, or already mitigated this one over here, and then received a proper reaction to take out this low and then turn back higher. It's still possible to see the same exact thing with yesterday, but today is not looking exactly like yesterday. There is no fresh imbalances at all on the 1 minute chart, but on the buy side, on the bullish side, there are 2 imbalances, this one and this one. And at this point, all I can do is just carry my position, hoping that this area can hold the price and these imbalances can push the price higher to sweep this high over here. Plus, today is a little bit faster than yesterday. I mean, today we have got more imbalances. Price already filled all of them, but still, it was much faster than yesterday. Both this movement on right after 9:30 and this moment after the retracement. I don't know. Let's just see. No need to overthink it too much. I don't want to. In the past, I did this mistake. I would look at the past price section and fall into recency bias, and I would think, oh, what if it does the same thing with yesterday? Or what if this happens? Maybe I should close this long when I have small positions, or maybe I should turn into short, target this, and then turn into things like that. I did. Most of them were coming from fear of missing out, or fear or greed. But right now, I'm really sick of those kind of stuff. If I'm going to lose, I want to lose properly and with dignity, right? I'm okay with losing, but I don't want to lose just because I lose myself. I want to lose just because I didn't enter on the best places, or volume was lower, or I couldn't manage the trades well, or my timing wasn't good. I didn't want to lose just because I chickened out of my initial trades, of my first trades. Let me check the hourly chart once again. The midpoint of the weekend gap. Already tapped twice on NQ, but it was the micro NQ. Let me check this one over here. Yeah, midpoint is much different on this one. It's on 60. And NQ1 looks a lot more different. Let me check NQH as well. Yeah, all three of them has got different prices for the midpoint of the weekend gap. This is weird actually, but we have got an SBS on NQH, this one over here. Let me make this one green. We have got an SBS on NQH, which is the March delivery contract of mini Nasdaq, but we don't have it on NQM, which is the June contract, I guess, June or July, I don't know, but the contract of second quarter of the year. And on micro we don't have the SPS as well. We got it on ES. It's still possible to see its price doing this all over once again. And that would be a really nice choppy day. Break higher, make a retracement, higher high, sweep it, higher high, sweep it, higher high, maybe sweep it once again. But this time this would likely take my stop loss with this one, with itself. Let's keep it just like that. I didn't really enjoy the price section at all because Well, technically patterns are working, but volume is too low to get some multiple R's. And before we see some multiple R's, price just comes back. And yeah, not my favorite kind of price action. But I believe I'm still managing my risk well. I mean, it's been a while, but I didn't blow this account. It is something really big for me. Let me lock this account for today. If I do not lock this, I might come back and trading after the live session. And this will automatically lock itself at 800 loss. So yeah, let's see if it can bounce from this level or just come back and take the stop loss. Either way, I'm okay. I'm even okay with blowing these accounts because, well, they are cheap. And I'm not really going to reset them. I don't like resetting accounts. If I blow an account, I just delete them and purchase new ones. I mean, in 1 month, I don't really like to pay that recurring fees as well. I either pass them in 1 month or fail them in 1 month. And I wouldn't really mind failing them. That can happen. It happened before hundreds of times. So it's something I am really used to. I would probably paper trade a little if this gets failed. And after the paper trade, I would try again once again. That's the plan, really. Just open your chart, show up every day, try it. If you fail it, take a step back with paper trades and all. Keep showing up every day. And then try again. If you fail again, try again. That's the plan, I guess. At some point, some things will get better. I will be better. I will learn something better, and at some point, I will be making it. I mean, I really don't like this kind of. Did it take the stop loss? Yes, it did. Okay, I can close this one. I'm not going to purchase another account today. And these accounts are already locked. Yeah, I will take some paper trades over here because I'm curious if it is going to just do this same thing all over again, or is it going to reverse back lower? I don't know. Let me mark the previous day high once again. It seems like ES might be taking out this low. Maybe we might see a divergence, maybe not. This step high didn't work properly as well. I mean, this was a nice one, but it played out too, but it was just, I think it was just ugly. Too much consolidation for my trading style. I would have to wait for all of this would be one, and if I was going to short, this would be a entry trigger and another entry trigger, another entry trigger, another one here, and this one would be the one that didn't get stopped out, and another trigger here, And if I just waited for the closure below the 20 simple moving average, that could have been a trigger. This one, and maybe this. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy today's price action. I kind of feel like price is still going to take out these levels, but it didn't just do that the way I expected. Yesterday same thing happened. I was waiting for this high to be taken. But the way price took it was just, I don't know, I think it was really ugly. It came to the high, but then starting doing all of this, and finally, yeah, this is an ugly price action. I will just call it ugly, because it is ugly for me. And same things might be happening all over again. And I kind of feel like that's the case. Look at this. I can't wait to see just that that expanding prices, that higher volatilities in which or in where price really likes to just attack toward the highs and lows instead of spending too much time in between them. I mean, if you look at it based on the RTH chart, price can't really take any liquidity levels properly. I mean, the nice swing levels, all of them are still intact. Price didn't take this one, and this one, and this one. All of the swings are just staying there. And it's been quite a while since the open. It looks like it is expanding but not continuing. It looks like it is making a retracement, and then after the retracement sweeping the liquidities, and then but then turning back lower. How are you guys have been holding up? How are you doing? Did you take any trades today? Is it kind of your favorite price action, or is it something you don't really like? Like myself, I don't really like this kind of price action. And I believe the reason of this kind of price action is just that incoming contract shift. It's not easy to trade these contract shifts. It requires a lot of patience, and even after all of those patience, price can still clap up. I mean, if I wasn't on my learning phases, if I was just on my professional levels, I probably wouldn't have trading today. Yeah, I think I wouldn't trade. I think I would just step away if I was a really professional trader, and if I didn't need to spend time learning, observing, understanding the price, then yeah, then I believe I wouldn't even watching the price. I think I can reach to a picture like that just looking at the calendar and then staying sidelines. That could be nice. I don't know. Someone says I did not take trade at the 9:30 and 11 a.m. because I thought this day would be an 11 a.m. dominant. I took short with the 11 a.m. Well done. It is nice to hear that. And it seems like you are correct. I don't know, I feel like this was one of the best moments for today. So well done. And I hope your position could hit the take profit. Alright, I'm just gonna try a paper trade. It's nothing, it's just a paper. And I'm just basically trading this, trading a pattern on 5-minute chart. That's it. Just to see how it plays out, I guess. And I'm not even going to monitor this trade. I don't feel like, I think this doesn't worth wasting too much time. It's just slow, choppy consolidating. And I mean, I'm good at reading and understanding some of the consolidations, but I'm bad at some. So if this seems like something that I'm not really good at, I don't really need to force anything too much. I can do something else with my time. I can go to the gym. I can work on my journal or the Discord channel. We have got our Discord here. Let me send you guys an invitation if you want to join it. Where was it? I think. Yeah, this is the copy button. Yeah, if you guys want to join, you can join the Discord. I just created this yesterday. I will do some settings. By the way, this is my Discord account. Let me show it. Stream mode, how do I? Yeah, okay, you can see that if you come to this Discord. I think that's enough for today. Enough for me. I am not going to keep watching the price. I'll just take some notes and figure out how to create admins, other admins on Discord, so we can just create rooms, channels, etc. So I will see you guys in the next session tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.